Dallas, Texas. Year 2000. Two guys walk into Blockbuster headquarters with a briefcase and a proposal. They want $50 million. They're offering their entire company in return. The Blockbuster executives laugh at them. Literally laugh. Those two guys were Hastings and Marc Randolph. Their little company was called Netflix. And the men who laughed, they'd be bankrupt in a decade. This is the single most catastrophic business decision in American corporate history. And we're going to walk through every painful second of it. Let's go back to when Blockbuster was untouchable. David Cook opened the first store in Dallas on October 19, 1985. One location, 4,000 VHS tapes, 8,000 titles. Customers lined up around the block. Nobody had seen anything like it. Within 2 years, Cook had 19 stores and revenues climbing past $30 million annually. The concept was simple and brilliant. Rent a movie, watch it at home, return it in 2 days. Pay a late fee if you forget. That late fee model, pure genius. By 1988, Blockbuster was opening a new store every 17 hours. Every 17 hours. By 1995, Blockbuster operated over 6,000 locations across 26 countries. Peak year revenue hit $4.5 billion. Annual late fee income alone topped $800 million per year. They weren't just a video store. They were infrastructure. They were Friday night in America. Blockbuster is to the video industry what McDonald's is to the restaurant industry. Wayne Huizenga didn't build Blockbuster from scratch. He bought it. In 1987, he purchased controlling interest from David Cook for $18 million and turned it into a machine. Huizenga was the guy who also built Waste Management and AutoNation. The man understood scale like few others. Under his watch, Blockbuster went public in 1989. By 1993, Viacom acquired the entire company for $8.4 billion. $8.4 billion. That's the price tag on the most overconfident company in video retail history. At its absolute peak, Blockbuster employed 84,000 people globally. It operated 9,000 stores across 12 countries at the height of operations. Each store averaged roughly 5,000 square feet of retail space. Those stores anchored strip malls from Anchorage to Miami. Blockbuster was the weekend, and they knew it, which is exactly why they got sloppy. Now here's what the nostalgia crowd forgets. Blockbuster was not your friend. They were extracting money from you in ways that should have made you furious. Late fees generated $800 million a year. That's not a side hustle. That's a punishment economy built on customer forgetfulness. You forgot to return your copy of Dumb and Dumber on time. That's $6 more every single time. Customers hated it. They complained constantly. They just had no alternative. Until they did. Store employees faced brutal conditions. Rigid scheduling, minimum wage pay averaging around $6 an hour in the late 90s, mandatory upselling of snacks and game rentals, and a corporate culture that tracked every late fee collected per shift. Workers were essentially fine collectors in blue polos. And the environmental record. Blockbuster generated mountains of plastic waste annually. Millions of VHS cassette shells, obsolete inventory, and promotional displays dumped into landfills as formats changed. Nobody was counting. Nobody cared. Watch this. For years Blockbuster's 9,000 stores dwarfed Netflix's subscriber count. Then something shifted. By 2007, Netflix cracked 10 million subscribers and Blockbuster's closures began accelerating. By 2010, the lines had completely crossed, and one of them was heading to zero. Now we get to the moment. Spring of 2000, Hastings and Marc Randolph fly to Dallas. Netflix at this point has been operating for 3 years. They're mailing DVDs to subscribers through a monthly fee model. No late fees. The concept is working, but the company is not yet profitable. They're bleeding cash during the dot-com crash. So Hastings pitches Blockbuster CEO John Antioco directly. The offer: acquire Netflix for $50 million. In return, Netflix would run Blockbuster's online presence. It was a fair deal. Maybe even a generous one. Antiocho's response, according to multiple accounts, included laughter. Visible, dismissive laughter. He reportedly called Netflix a small, niche business. The meeting ended quickly. Hastings and Randolph flew home empty-handed. What did $50 million mean to Blockbuster in 2000? Their annual revenue that year was $5 billion. $50 million was literally 1%. They couldn't be bothered. They thought we were a joke. I think the word laughed is accurate. What happened next is one of the most stunning reversals in American business. While Blockbuster laughed, Netflix rebuilt. Hastings pivoted hard towards streaming technology. In 2007, Netflix launched its Watch Now feature. Streaming directly to your computer. No disc, no store, no late fee. Subscribers jumped from 6.3 million to over 10 million by the end of 2007 alone. Meanwhile, Blockbuster tried to respond. In 2004, John Antiocho finally launched Blockbuster Online. No late fees. Mail-order DVD rentals. Sound familiar? It worked. By 2007, Blockbuster Online had 2 million subscribers and was genuinely competing. Antiocho wanted to invest $200 million to scale it. The board said no. They thought it was too expensive. Too risky. They fired Antiocho in 2007 and replaced him with Jim Keyes, a man who reportedly said in 2008, and this quote is real, that he didn't see Netflix as a threat. In 2008, 2 years before bankruptcy, neither Redbox nor Netflix are even on the radar screen in terms of competition. The fall was fast and it was ugly. By 2009, Blockbuster was closing stores at a rate that stunned analysts. They reported losses of $374 million in fiscal 2009 alone. Debt had climbed to nearly $1 billion. In September 2010, Blockbuster filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy with $941 million in liabilities. $941 million. From an $8.4 billion acquisition to bankruptcy in 16 years. Store closures accelerated through 2010 and 2011. By 2013, Dish Network, which had purchased Blockbuster's remaining assets for $320 million in 2011, announced it was closing the final 300 remaining locations. The communities hit hardest were small and mid-sized American towns where Blockbuster had been the only entertainment retail anchor in a strip mall. When those stores closed, neighboring businesses often followed. Entire strip malls went dark. The ripple effect was real and it lasted years. 84,000 jobs gone. Every store manager, assistant manager, shift supervisor, and counter clerk across 9,000 locations, all of them eventually out of work. The pension plans, limited. The severance, minimal. These were retail jobs, not executive positions. No golden parachutes for the kid working the Friday night rush in Tulsa. And the brand, today it's owned by Dish Network. There is exactly one Blockbuster store left on Earth. One. In Bend, Oregon. Population 80,000. Run by Sandy Harding, who's been there since 1992. It's a tourist attraction now. People drive hours to rent a DVD just to say they did it. The world's last Blockbuster has a Twitter account, sells merchandise, and has been turned into an Airbnb. It's charming. It's also a monument to the most spectacular failure of corporate arrogance in the history of American retail. Here's where we stop laughing at Blockbuster and start learning from them. Because this story isn't just about a video store. It's a masterclass in how giants die. Lesson 1. Revenue from customer pain is not a moat. Late fees were generating $800 million per year. That number made executives feel invincible. But every dollar of that income was a customer who hated the company and would leave the second they had a choice. Your most profitable line item might be your biggest liability. If customers resent paying it, they will eventually stop. Lesson 2. The threat you dismiss is the one that kills you. Blockbuster had two chances to buy or partner with Netflix. First in 2000 for $50 million, then again informally as Netflix grew. Both times Blockbuster executives called it a niche product. They confused their current dominance with permanent dominance. Market leaders confuse size with immunity. They are not the same thing. Lesson 3. Internal execution matters more than the right strategy. Antiocho's Blockbuster Online was actually good. 2 million subscribers by 2007. No late fees. Real competition for Netflix. But the board killed it by cutting $200 million in funding. Having the right idea means nothing if the organization won't execute it. Politics and short-term thinking will defeat good strategy every time. Lesson 4. Format is not the business. Blockbuster thought they were in the video rental business. They were actually in the entertainment convenience business. When DVDs replaced VHS, they adapted. When streaming replaced discs, they couldn't move fast enough. The companies that survive disruption are the ones who identify what business they're actually in, not the format they deliver it through. We were arrogant. We thought our size protected us. It didn't. Netflix today is worth over $230 billion. The company that Blockbuster laughed out of a Dallas conference room in 2000 for $50 million is now worth more than 4,600 times that asking price. Antiocho, the CEO who dismissed them, collected a $10 million bonus in 2004 while Blockbuster Online struggled for resources. Blockbuster's parent company Viacom eventually wrote down billions in losses. And that one store in Bend, Oregon, still open, still renting DVDs, still the last monument standing in a graveyard of 9,000 locations. The last Blockbuster doesn't feel like a punchline anymore. It feels like a warning. Build too high without checking the ground beneath you, and the fall doesn't announce itself. One day you're worth $8.4 billion. The next you're one store in Oregon wondering where everyone went. Next week on Fallen Giants, the company that literally invented the American shopping mall and then watched every single one of them die. Don't miss it.